Well guys, I'm going to get, Jack doesn't want to come out. Lily just went up and hid in the high box and seems to be happy just laying in there. And so, you know, we're about 5 days on since I did a video of getting this little girl out. Though I have been getting her out virtually every second day and having a little bit of time with her. So I just want to show you how she's going and how she's reacting to that handling. I've got Noah going to hold the camera steady. It is a little bit dicky getting her out still. This is the part that, you know, they either go into that fight or flight. Of course, I wait for her to go into a bit of a flight. I do use the hook to let her know that I'm actually going in to disturb her, rather than just shoving my hand in at her. And I have decided upon a name, and her name is Tessa. Nothing unusual, nothing, you know. I named a Pani a little bit different, and my mum has complained ever since because she never remembers a name. So I decided to just go with something pretty ordinary so my mum will remember her name easily. And I don't mind Tessa for a name. I think it suits her. I've thrown a few names at her while I've been handling her, and Tessa's the one that I've kind of stuck with. So I'm hoping now I can keep this reasonably steady for you so that you can sort of see where she's at and how she goes coming out. Like I said, can look messy at times, so you know, like she goes into a little bit of a panic, but unfortunately they do tend to do that as little ones, and especially ones that have not been handled a great deal. So I will get my hook and just let her know that I'm going in, and I don't have a little one, a little hook that is. So I just give her, you know, a little bit of a nudge and say, "Hello, sweetie. It's Mum. Can you try and hold that steady, doll, please?"
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks, darling. Okay, now the next bit, of course, is actually physically getting her. And I really don't like to spook her. I try and go as slow as I can, just to get her going. And bring her out very, very slowly. Grab her before she goes in too much of a panic on me. Just got to get her tail to move with me. Get her moving a little bit, but don't go in the globes, sweetie. That would be rather dangerous. So I pretty much take the hook out immediately that I've got her out. I don't want to get him too used to it being a hook on her. You know, I kind of use the hook, thank you bud, I use the hook to save her actually biting me. I don't think it's pleasurable for her. It's not pleasurable for me either. And right now, just wait bud, I just want her to relax. And the difference between the first video, and I hope she plays the game with me again today, is that it takes her a whole lot less time to, you can't actually see my face, a whole lot less time to decide that she wants to have a look around and check things out, and not so much in that defensive position all of the time. So, from that really first time of me getting her out to this time, which would be 1, 2,
4 times?
4 times of actually getting her out. Keep your hand away from her face. And why I'm saying that is she was out and Noah was actually holding her, and become a bit complacent with her in terms of, I'll put this down so you can see her rather than me, I hope. I have got my lights going, but Noah became a little bit complacent with her because Tessa was completely relaxed and just doing a thing as she's doing now, and was not being defensive. But Noah kind of waved his hand in front of her, and she nipped him. And of course, he originally, Nana, she just bit me. And I took a look, and she did take a pretty good wallop on him, and he was bleeding. And I said, is it okay? Is it
Can I say
hurting?
something? What happened was, it was my first time getting bit, so I was really scared from it. And I didn't want to hold any snakes.
Yeah, he just got such a fright. It was the fright more than the actual bite, guys. But he cried, and Nana wiped it off and said, in a couple of days, you're not even going to be able to see.
It's even gone now.
Where she bit you, mate. And she only did it because she's frightened. Whereupon he got more upset and then went into the mode of, that's it, I'm not handling any snakes anymore, I don't like the snakes, I don't want to touch them, get rid of the snakes, or I'm not coming back here anymore. Nana was really quite distressed, and I understand it was the first time that he'd ever actually been bitten. So,
but my other cousins haven't got bit by one yet.
But a bit of a shock. But anyway, what I can say to you is, within an hour, he was back to, I'll get Maya out because she doesn't bite, and no, she doesn't. So,
and
but none of mine actually do, except for, of course, Tessa, who is still learning to trust right now. So he's over it and is doing well, and there's no battle scars left at all. And I assured him that he needs to concentrate and stay focused and not become complacent and think, oh, she's okay now, she's just settled and she's cruising, because she will always be defensive if you go in towards her face at this particular point in time. I'm taking it very slow with her, but as you can see, if I move closer to you, she has no dramas right now.
Do you want to sweat me?
In a minute, darling. And of course Noah is, can I hold her, can I hold her, can I hold her? Even after the nip. So, you know,
Because I know what
I've told him it may happen again, and to think himself lucky that it's really a little girl like this and it's not a Jack and a Lily. And that is certainly something that I think everybody should be concerned about when you do have a snake that is bigger, and so forth, that you be mindful of that and not become too complacent. You know, I say often, none of my guys would never bite me. Well, I can't say my never, because there could be a situation where they are fearful about something, or something's happened or going on. You know, like today, you know, grabbing Jack and making him open his mouth, and me check it all out, and stuck a cotton bud in there to see if I could scoop anything or see anything. You know what? He could care less. And I am so fortunate that it's the way that Jack actually is. But it could also have gone the other way, and he could have become quite defensive about me being quite intrusive on him and his personal space, which is his mouth. And as you can see, I'm moving my hand, and she's okay, that's moving, I can bite it. So, even I have to remember to be mindful, basically, myself. It's okay, bub. It's okay, Tessa.
Make sure she doesn't bite you on the face.
I just move her away a little bit and get out of her personal space, but I just let her chill back down and
move it back.
Get out of that S position, because she would strike, of course. So, yeah, being mindful of the fact that, little ones are defensive, and we'll have a nip, and I avoid that. I avoid them actually making that contact because it stresses them out. So I'm just waiting for her to go into a relaxed position again, and start letting her climb through my fingers, which is how I do it. Letting her work through my hands and not me doing anything with actually her. She can see Noah sitting there, of course, but she's not doing too bad actually, and I've moved her because I'll move back a little bit because she's a little bit close to Noah. That's all right. The camera's okay.
I don't care. I already know what it feels like.
And remembering, she's got quite a long reach actually, and she's just.
Oh, you're gonna slap.
Not quite relaxed at this particular point.
My side just so still.
You can chill out, darling. You can chill out and nothing's going to happen to you. Still a little defensive. But I'll get her to stretch herself out and not be concerned about what's going on around her, but I only keep her out for depending on her. Once are you making too many moves and stuff, darling? If you stay still, she will relax a whole lot more. And she certainly does have to get used to the kids around her and movements. But, at this young age, she's still learning all of that right now. So, keeping it at a minimum, because as her confidence grows, then all those things really won't come into play so much. And I want the experience for her to be enjoyable and not something that she's afraid of at all. So, you try and keep your movements as slow as possible. And I will just bring her up so you can see her little head.
Okay, she bites me.
But there she is, guys. And with each time that I get her out, she'll just get better and better and better. won't you, darling? Hey, you okay? She's fine. Just let her do her thing. So, how do you tame a snake down? Patience, slow movements when they are out, not too much going on around you, and just keep your movements at a minimal and just let them do their thing and explore and check things out, and slowly you start to feel the tension release out of their bodies, and they're not so tense and stiff, and she's just hanging on. That's all she's doing right now, is she's hanging on with her tail, but the rest of her body is completely at ease. Yeah, give her a little rub, let her know that I am touching her. So there you go, guys. Little Tessa, who is doing really, really well. And look at everybody. So, it's ciao. Isn't it, Tess? Because you're going to have to go back home in a minute. You know, once she's relaxed, guys, you know, I give her that extra 5 minutes to enjoy being out. And that's a good way to do it. You know, allow them to release all that tension and relax and start crawling around. And once they've been in that position and have been relaxed and cruising, you know, give them that 5 minutes and then put them home.